Hello and welcome to PukaarNews.com, and here we have it, the BBL Cup, won by the Leicester Riders, beating the Newcastle Eagles at the NIA in Birmingham. And I'm pleased to welcome Anthony Rowe and Couisnard to the studio here. And how does it feel a few days on, Jay? I know I talked to you after the game and it was almost difficult to kind of take it in, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of difficult knowing that we haven't been there in a long time. But after a few days after the game, our mindset has changed. We know we got a big game coming up Sunday, so that's what we're focusing on now.
But you've got the cup here. You know, it's something to feel good about, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you can never downplay it. I mean, you won a cup, you can never sugarcoat it. So that's a big accomplishment. We won't never put it way back in our rearview mirror, but we know that we got more things to look forward to.
And celebrating with your fellow players and the fans afterwards, that must have been a great feeling.
Yeah, it was a great feeling. I think for the fans it meant, I know for both parties it meant so much, but just to see the fans, some of them were crying and everything. So it's just knowing what you do on the court could affect so many people in so many different ways, no matter if they're having a bad day or something going on in their life. The things that we did on the court probably made it a better day, made it a better month for them. So. And
you, obviously a long time since the Riders had won something. Were you kind of aware of that going into the game or not?
Yeah, I was aware of it, but my mindset going into the game was this is my first year. I respect every team, but I know for my first year, I don't really look in the past for all the information that I need. I know the team that we have, and I know what we can do for here in the future, so that's all I base my statistics on.
You were telling me before that I think your sister plays basketball at home and they perhaps weren't aware of what's going on. I'm sure they're aware of it now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very aware of it now. Matter of fact, they followed the game, actually. I figured that they wouldn't know because I never told them about the game. I didn't be like, hey, we're playing the championship, we're doing this, but my brother, he played overseas, so he know how everything works, so he got my family to follow the game on Twitter, on the Riders website. So they followed the game and they were very into it, and they called me, text me as soon as the game was over with.
But a good feeling.
Good feeling, perfect feeling.
And Anthony, for you, I suppose after losing out to Newcastle with Plymouth twice last season in the Cup and the trophy, it felt special, didn't it?
Oh, it did, yeah. I think it's going to be special, you know, throughout my whole lifetime. This is my first, you know, BBL silverware, and to do it, you know, with this team, you know, which I've grown to connect with and love dearly, very, very fast.
And you were posing with lots of fans afterwards. It must have felt really good.
It did, yeah. We had to fight, scrap, you know, everything we could in the game. And don't get me wrong, the game was very fun, but afterwards was you know, the cherry on top, if you like to say. It was just fantastic to interact with them. And as Jay said, it just meant so much to them as it just did to us. They genuinely were like that extra player.
And it's good for the club as well, isn't it, really? It really puts them on the map. And I'm pleased too, I think, for Rob Paternostro, been at the club for 5 years, has worked really hard.
Definitely, you know, it's my 4th year in this league, and every year Leicester Riders have got better and better, and they were contenders last year, and you know they've got better and better every year. So this is not a fluke, you know. This is something, you know, the coach Paternostro has been working for, you know, throughout his whole coaching career now, and it is the people in the background, you know, of Leicester Riders organisation. This is something they've been working towards, and you know we deserve to be at this stage.
And the impact he has on players, I think, is quite good as well. I mean, you came here from Plymouth and you seem to settle down very quickly.
He's definitely a player's coach. You know, I think it helps as well being a player as well. You know, he played at a high level in his playing career, and you know he's able to mix his memories of playing days into his coaching skills, and I think it benefits us, and as it does with the team. And he's fantastic. You know, X's and O's coaches, but at the same time he understands how we're feeling.
And Jay, a word on Rob Paternostro, because as I was saying, really, he's got the players playing together.
Yeah, I always said it from day one that Coach Rowe, I said it last time I was here that Coach Rowe was the best coach I ever played for. I just got tremendous respect for him, not only him, but Coach Mark and Coach Phil as well. They know how to interact with the players, and they feel what we feel sometimes. Sometimes we might be down, and they know that, and they won't just hammer you. They'll pick you up. And Coach Rowe, he just, like Ann said, he's a player's coach. He knows when your body is aching. He knows when you shouldn't practice, when you should practice. He knows when you shouldn't shoot the ball and when you should shoot the ball. Even though I might miss 10 in a row, he'll tell me I should shoot the ball. So, like, there's nothing to hate about that. You got to love him.
And his son Luke's there as well, and he's become almost a family member now, isn't he?
Luke is the biggest icon on the team. Everyone, we talk about it every day going back home from practice, how we look up to Luke. We seem like we want to get in Luke's club. Like we got.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, we got to be. We don't feel like we're cool enough to be around Lucas right now. You know, we think we got to be a little bit more cool, a little bit more with swagger to be with Lucas, because he's a high level guy, man. So that's what we're working for to get with Lucas.
But I watched Rob on the sidelines while you're playing. He's probably not very cool at that point, is he? You can just see Rob suffering a little bit on the sidelines, I think, sometimes.
I mean, he has his moments, you know, Coach Rob. He has his what do you want to say, his
calm moments and
yeah.
calm before the storm.
Yeah, he has those moments. So, but overall, man, he's a fantastic coach, and I love to play for him whenever I have to, whatever chance I get, I love to play for him.
And you were MVP, obviously, in the final. How did that feel?
I mean, it felt great going into the third quarter. You know, it was probably Rowe that was going to be the MVP, or it's probably Jamel or Drew. So that's just a good thing about this team is like anybody could have got it any given day. It could have been Rowe, it could have been Jamel, could have been Zaire, could have been Drew. Jorge stepped up and played real big down the stretch. So that's the thing about this team. It's so balanced and so talented that any given day, anybody could step up. So you can't just gang up on one person, even though we have the ability of players to be that person, but everyone likes to share and be a team player. So.
What about Jamal Anderson? He did have a good game. I know he fouled out, but hey, he put everything into it, didn't he?
Yeah, Jamel, he's always that spark. Every time I talk to Jamel during the game, he might make a mistake or do something bad, and you're going to get somebody that's on him because he's a young guy and they're trying to teach him and learn. But me knowing I was in his position before, I always go to him and be like, man, that's all right. At least you playing hard. That's what they need out of me and you, just to play hard and have energy. And so that's what me and Jamel try to bring to the table every day is energy. We know we're the energy guys and we need to help the team with that.
And Anthony, good to see young British players coming through like that, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah, for sure. You know, as ongoing problems with funding and stuff going on now in our situation with basketball, you know, we really, you know, it's really good to see someone like Jamal Anderson, someone like Connor Washington, you know, someone like, you know, William Maynard. We got guys coming through, and it's a great thing to see.
And what about the pressure at the end? Because, you know, it got very tight. You had free throws. You personally was at the line a few times. What goes through your head then? Because obviously the crowd's quiet. You know, do you get distracted? What are you thinking about?
I don't know. I don't think you get distracted as much. You maybe concentrate too much because you know every point is worth something at that late stage in the game. So it's I don't know. I always try and for me it just seems surreal. You kind of block everything else. The crowd isn't there anymore. It's just kind of you and the rim. So it's you're really on that next level concentration, and you know you just after you do everything right, you know your technique's right. You just hope the ball goes in.
And you were getting banged under the basket quite a lot by the Newcastle players, weren't you? The 2-on-1 quite a lot, I think.
There was, but you know, I was just with my teammates had my back there. All of us were fighting and scrapping. You know, none of us really. You know, we knew we had everyone's back. So you have that extra confidence, you have that extra strength. You know, when you're all in it together. So it was no big deal. I
was talking to a fan today, Jay, who said, "Ask Jay what it's like to put a 3-pointer in a cup final." Can you sum that up? Because you hit a few, didn't you?
Yeah, I got hot for a second. I wish I had a little bit more foul calls on my shots, but I'm not going to complain. They went in. So, but it's a tremendous boost. I mean, it's only actually just 1 point more than the 2, but it just seemed like the 3-pointer give you so much momentum. It seemed like as soon as it hits the nets, you just feel like you scored 6 points. So it's just like an extra boost for the team. It helps you on defense a lot.
A word on the fans from both of you, because you know they've been special, haven't they? I mean, you can almost not get people in the John Stanford Centre at the moment. You've got a game there this Sunday. We'll talk about that in a minute. But they've been terrific. You must be pleased for them too.
The fans have been terrific all year. They've been there supporting us all year, every game, and loud as they can. Even the kids, the primary kids that come to the game. I mean, they're a big support too with the chants and everything that's going on. But it just gives us a huge. We just get so excited when the fans are there early and ready to rock and roll as soon as we run out on the court. And then you also have the loud screaming obnoxious fans. I think one of them names Kate, I think.
I know who
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they're just so loud that when you mess up you can hear them. That one person that you can hear them all the time. But like I said, when they're doing good, when we're doing good, it's mostly because of the fans and their support of having us during the game.
And Anthony, they've settled to you quite quickly, haven't they, I think, the fans?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I mean, yeah, they're great. As soon as I came here, I knew Leicester had a strong following, but I didn't realise it was such a tight-knit community. You know, it really is kind of a family-based deal. You know, they're great. They really are. They're simply great.
Andrew Sullivan has obviously won quite a lot in his time, and he was saying that you win one trophy, it gives you impetus to want to win another. Do you think there's some element of truth in that?
Yeah, I think we're all pretty competitive, and it's human nature. When you have one thing, you want more, and I think that's definitely the case for us, and I think we deserve more. This doesn't happen, out of the blue. It doesn't happen for a fluke. You work for this, and you work for this, and we have the caliber on this team to get more.
And of course, you know, it's not just about the players, it's about the backroom staff, Russell Livingston, people like that, because they're all part of the club and make the club work, don't they?
Man, I just wish that we could put up the one picture of Russell when we were running. I don't know what just happened, but I seen a picture yesterday. He had the most game face I ever seen. I think he was screaming over something, but the picture is, I need it blown up. I really do need it blown up. It just, the excitement and the energy in the picture is outstanding.
It's not normally like that.
It's not normal. It's just like it's a wild picture. That's what I'm saying. It's a wild picture, but I loved it though. It's like, he's so much into the game because you know how hard he works for the team and everything. So when something like that happens, it's just, it can all come out and you be captured on the photo. So I hope we have the photo to show. So.
And plenty of media coverage, that's always good, isn't it? That, you know, that's what you want the sport to be seen by more people and heard about.
Yeah, media coverage, the social networking coverage and everything is tremendous. It's been blowing up lately, getting followers and for the riders and on Twitter and all that stuff. It's been good.
Okay, back to training, because you've got Surrey Heat at the John Sanford, and usually on a Sunday there as well, but it's putting that to one side. How difficult is that in a way, do you think, Anthony?
It's just back to work. You know, we had a fantastic week at work last week, and you know, and we know we've got more to do. So it's kind of, you get in that mindset. You know, it's fantastic, and we're still enjoying it, but we have a lot more work to do. You know, and you know, if we weren't going for more cups, then yeah, we could coast now for the rest of the season. But that's not the case. So we know we're going to crack on this week and work hard. And Surrey's a big one. It's top of the league clash there. You know, top of the league clash. And if we want the championship, then this game's going to have to win.
You've only lost a couple of games this season, and they beat you once at their place.
They did, and you know, I think we have a lot of individuals on our team with a lot of pride as well. So this one means you know, a little bit more to us as well. So we're definitely going to give our strongest effort. And
you'll probably know Frank Holmes, former Leicester Rider, of course. So the two Holmes players in that team are doing something, aren't they?
They are, yeah. They've got some individuals on there really playing out of their skin this season. So it's yeah, there's a few guys we're gonna have to stop this year to get the W on the weekend. But you know, we're up for the task.
And Jay, you've got them in the next round of the trophy as well at their place, haven't you, later on?
Yeah, I believe the first time we didn't have Rowe, so it's going to be a totally different game. I mean, we're going to have another inside presence that could keep us sound in the paint, and I know they're having two guys on their team that's really playing above their level. I mean, not above the level, but really playing real good right now. But I also know we have like 8 guys that could play as good or even better. I know we got a real talented team, so we're not worried about the next team and how they're playing. We just know if we come out and do what we need to do, we should be successful because we have a very good team ourselves.
And how good are you feeling about joining the club? Because I suppose, you know, when you're over in America and you're asked to join an English club, you have to think kind of maybe hard about it. But hey, you got a trophy now to
yeah,
celebrate.
for being a rookie and to get a trophy already. I know some people, like Rowe said, he's been, I think, like 5 years without trophy. So it's just a blessing to be able to come my rookie year and play on one of the best clubs with some of the best leaders like Barry and Drew, just playing on the team with those guys, and then having imports like Rowe, and playing on the same team as Zaire Taylor, who I rivaled in college. Well, not rivaled, but like one of the teams that was bigger in college. So just to play with some of the guys and get some of the experiences that I'm getting this year as a rookie is just outstanding for me.
And you're going well in the championship. That's a lot more of a long-term goal, though, to win that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to win the championship is we know it's in the future. We know it's coming up close, and we just won this one, so we got to put this one behind us, like I said before, and look forward for everything else to come.
You're enjoying yourselves, aren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you very much, Anthony and Jay, for joining us here. So don't forget, the Leicester Riders in action down at the John Sanford Centre this Sunday. Tip-off is at 4 o'clock, doors open at 3, and you'll see the highlights here on pukaarnews.com.